My name is Chris, and today we're going to open the mail. Welcome to the Vinyl Attack. So I've had a post office box for about a few months now, and I don't check it as often as I should. And I went the other day. Now, a few things coming in the mail I knew were going to be there, but one I did not know for sure. But before we get into that, let me first say thank you to all of my patrons who have been supporting the channel over the last couple of months. If you would like to see your name around here in the credits, go over to our Patreon page and check out our options. We have them as low as $1 and as low as $6 if you want to get your names in the credits. Also, all of you guys who are buying t-shirts and stickers, thank you. This is fantastic. It helps out the channel more than you can imagine because now we can afford to buy more stuff to get in here and test. Moving forward, however, first I have this awesome package that I got from Matt and Elizabeth in England. These are record dividers that they cut with a laser. Now, I'm not sure what kind of wood they're using. It might be poplar. I'm not 100% certain on that. They have a few different variants available. This is the double-sided, and it's got, as you can see, 2 letters on each side. So you can put them in either way that you're facing your record shelf. They also have others that they're going to be doing, which is going to be a single side, or rather, well, they have a single side available as well, but they also have single letters available coming soon. They're also going to do a 12 by 12 square that sticks out just a little bit, so you have a full divide between. They have them available for 7-inch records and CDs as well. They're based in England, so they offer free shipping to anyone in the UK. So if you're looking for record dividers and you're in that side of the world, give them a shout. Take a look at their Etsy store. I'm going to include a link below. They also sent me, well, it comes with every design. They gave me a little, thank you note. But it has, if you have any problems here, give them a positive review. Or if you have any problems, let them know. They want to take care of you. They are a small independent creator just like I am, and your business means everything to them. So if you're in a position to help them, go ahead and help them out. Shipping to America is going to cost a little bit more. But in our community here, the small community that we're building especially, if you can afford to order direct from one of our own viewers, it goes a long way. Another thing is, you can probably tell, I probably should have mentioned this first, this awesome shirt that I got from Dan at Oil Capital Vinyl. He is in Tulsa, Oklahoma. If you're anywhere near Tulsa, go support an independent record store. Go check him out, because as far as I know, he's a one-man operation. He's there 5 or 6 days a week, all by his lonesome, because he's building his dream. He started a couple years ago. His plant that he was working at shut down, so he figured what better time to go chase a dream than now, and it's working. He's been open for a couple of years, even through the pandemic, which is dually tough. So if you're in an opportunity, or if you have an opportunity, go check out Dan at Oil Capital Vinyl. If not, buy a t-shirt from him if you can. He sells them online. He's got multiple styles, multiple colors. Get online. Again, I'll have a link in the description to his store as well. So, but these are awesome. I did set them up. That's why they're out of the box, because I took a look at them and I set them up. I like them very much. I might go ahead and buy individual letters at some point. My record collection, honestly, I don't think it's quite big enough for that yet. I would have too few records in between some of the letters and then wider gaps in others, but this, thank you, Matt and Elizabeth. Thank you very much. They did offer this as a gift, but I'm reviewing this because I think the product is awesome, and I think you will too. A big surprise, though, something I didn't know was coming, was from a gentleman named Greg. Greg works at Gecko Printing in Plymouth, which is right down the street from my old tattoo shop that I unfortunately had to close. And he sent me a letter, says, Chris, enjoy. This is a very rare misprint copy. Only 3 exist. Look on their website to see the corrected version. Love the show, Greg. He says a P.S. I work at the shop in Plymouth, which I already know. And look at the, if you see this, this is the stationery he's using, which is pretty cool. This Kaiju Ramen is a new, I don't want to quite say fanzine, because it's much, much more professional than that, but it is all about kaiju monsters and such. And he printed this at his store, which I know they do fantastic work, because my friend, Brian Lau, he does, I believe he gets all of his comics printed there. He's a comic artist himself. I know several people who've had comics printed there. If you are in the market, they do posters, they do flyers, they do collectible trading cards. They have orders as low as 25, and they treat you right. And this, not only to the creator who made this, this is laid out as professional as I've seen, and the pictures are top notch. The quality printing, it's probably a little harder to see on camera than it is in person. Rest assured that this magazine, this picture of Shin Godzilla, this is stunning. This is absolutely top quality work. So if you are an indie creator who wants to make a little zine or a comic book, or you just want to do limited edition prints of your own work, check out Gecko. Comics Wellspring, I believe, is the link. But again, I'm going to have all that in the description so you can find those without trouble. I looked through this and I did read almost all of it. This is awesome. This might be something I'm going to have to subscribe to because I liked everything they had in here. It was well written. It was just well produced. And being a giant Godzilla fan that I am, I'm over the moon. And this surprise gift was awesome. Thank you very much for that, Greg. Up next is a big one that I had been waiting for and I knew that you would be excited about. But rather than do an unboxing, I wanted to showcase the other things I had in mail. But Fluence reached out to me. Mark from Fluence reached out to the show and was happy to hear that I recommended their RT83 in my top 500 and wanted to know if I'd be interested in checking out the RT85. Of course I said yes. I know that many of you have been asking about the RT85, specifically, why didn't I include it in my top 5? There's nothing, nothing at all wrong with this table. It's a fantastic table. Really what it amounted to is I already had 2 tables right around the $500 mark. This is another one. And rather than have 3 tables that all deserve your attention and your consideration at $500, I wanted to have something at each price point working its way up. So this one, I don't want to say didn't make the cut. It just kind of got bumped because I already had 2 choices at that price point. However, I am super excited to take a look at this and spend some quality time with it because I've played with it before, I've heard it before, but I don't own one. This is not mine to keep. This is a sample, but I am very excited to spend some quality time. I'm going to put it through its paces because I have all kinds of different options now. I have a lower budget system, which is, I think, it's going to be good information for a lot of people who aren't quite sure if they're ready to get into the hobby or how serious they are. Also, maybe you have lower end priced systems, which is totally fine because that doesn't mean, low money does not mean bad sound. I also have some moderately to higher price stuff too. So I'm going to take this and I'm looking forward to putting in a $500 turntable with a $1,400 or $1,500 phono preamp because I want to see what it can do. We're going to put it through its paces. So inside we have instructions. It's got a bubble level. I knew that it came with white gloves because I've seen this before. I think that's a really neat touch. I personally won't be using them only because I worry too much. When you wear cotton gloves, you can't quite get a grip on things as much as you might like, and I'm afraid I might drop something, and I certainly don't want to break this. But being a professional tattooer, I have a host of, well, I actually use nitrile gloves, non-latex gloves, but I have a ton of those, so I'll probably use those when setting up if I want to avoid fingerprints. So that was the manual and as well as the dust cover. This looks like cables. Yeah, so this is a power supply and interconnects. So that's a much smaller supply. So this apparently doesn't need a whole lot of voltage to get running. And it has a separate ground wire, which I kind of like. It just gives you options. Here's the thing, I probably should make sure, you know what, the good news is I have it on video, but I want to make sure that I pay particular attention to how this goes in and out of the box, because I have to put this all back together and send it out. So I don't know how good at that I'm going to be. I want to be very careful with this. This is our plinth. Looks like the platter. This is an acrylic platter. And I know a lot of you were interested. Let's just do this. Hold on, loud noise. I know a lot of you were interested in acrylic platters recently, especially because I've been doing so much testing for static electricity and the claim that acrylic platters help with static electricity. We're going to put that to the test. I had to find my knife. We're going to check that out, and I'm still working out the best way to do it because testing a record in hand and then probably treating it, putting it on the turntable and running it a couple of times, I guess that might be the way to go. If you have a suggestion, feel free. Please let me know what you think because I'm not 100% sure how I want to test that, but I do want to see this real fast because I'm excited about this. So it's got a little bit of a matte finish to it, and it's quite nice. Brass fitting in the center. Here is the belt. Not a lot of resistance there, so it's going to be easy on the motor, which is good. Just enough tension to make it run smoothly. Now, it's gloss on the side to allow the belt to adhere better and get better traction. So, but this is quite nice. I think I have 45 adapter. That might be the head shell. This comes with the Ortophone, or Ortophone. I should really look that up. 2M Blue, which is a pretty nice step up from the red, which is still a really good card as well. But I know that, well, these are the hinges. Okay, so these are the hinges for the dust cover. The 2M Blue, I think, is $250 all by itself. This is a $500 turntable. So you're getting quite a value for the money. But the thing I wanted to show you before we wrap up for today, because I didn't want to do a complete overview of this table yet, because I'm going to make a separate video. They have a newer color, and that's the one that I went after. This tone arm and this matte black or satin black, that's really sharp. This is a really nice looking, I know it's an aluminum obviously it's an S-curve, S-shaped tone arm, but they have a newer color, and this is more like a cloth. They really packaged this quite well. I'm very impressed. Fluence is a direct-to-consumer sales company, but this is what I wanted to show you. This is the bamboo finish, and this looks very nice in person. This is obviously a veneer, and it is so well done. It has 3 feet, which I like, and these are easily rotatable to adjust the table to make sure that it's nice and level. We have our connections on the back. Again, I'll go over all of this in detail when I make the other video. Here's our 3345 switch for our motor. Wow, that bearing is smooth as silk. I don't want to put my hands all over that, but this is the color right here. This is the new bamboo, and I think with that satin black, that contrast is sharp. Putting that platter on there, having a record on top, this is going to be a really good looking turntable. So I'm going to play with this for a couple of weeks. I want to make sure that I give it its due diligence. I'll put it through its paces. Like I said, I'm going to put it through a couple of different systems that I have around the house, from mid-tier to high-tier, even some lower-tier stuff, and I will come back with a nice review. But if you have something that you think you need to send to me in the mail and you want me to check out, I think it's a lot of fun. I'm not asking for stuff. I like connecting with you guys and gals. Of course, I just say guys as an encompassing term, but I do. I like being in contact with you guys, and having you guys send stuff is just, I don't know. It's when we were young, we would send letters to our relatives and our friends. This is a long time ago, clearly, but even before email, obviously. So there's something kind of special about getting something in the mail, especially when it's a nice big package. Now, I knew this was going to come, but I really appreciate Mark and Fluence for sending us over and giving us an opportunity to check this out and give you a full review. And especially, this new color is really something. I am very, I don't know if you can see that. There's the badge on the front. It's nice and subtle. It's just enough. The branding is just enough to show you who they are, but not to overwhelm you with the rest of the table. So I think I'm going to go upstairs. I'm going to put this whole thing together, and I might even start playing with it today. So in the meantime, let me know, number one, what do you think about this? Number two, are you looking for cool t-shirts? Are you looking for comic books that you want to print yourself? Maybe some record dividers, because those are pretty cool too. I'd love to hear what you guys have to say about all of that, and I look forward to next time.